Is my child ready to graduate? Hey parents, Richie Brown here. We are asked this question a lot, especially by new parents. The answer, sight unseen, is yes. Firstly, we are an academy, a school, and when your child has a spelling test on Friday, whether they studied or not, they must take the test. The same goes for us. This is much more than just some fun activity for your kid. You gave us goals you wanted for your child, and we're going to get there over time and following the program. A big part of the success of that program is the physical rewards the students get monthly, tips on their belts, and quarterly, their new belts. There's nothing more powerful to the subconscious of a child to encourage and change behavior than that physical reward. We want them to earn it, not just get it, but our standards of earning them are probably not what you think. First, we're playing the long game. Totally honest. I don't really care about your child's yellow, orange, or even their brown belt. I only care about their black belt and beyond. Why? Well, they will never really be able to successfully defend their life from someone who has true murderous intentions unless they're trained for years and done tens of thousands of repetitions. More than that, I don't want this to work for them at black belt. I want it to work for them 20 years after they stop training. Don't you? But self-defense may not be the reason you brought your child to us. That's fine. I'll deal with those reasons in a second. But let me ask you this. Do you want your child to have a false sense of confidence or one based on techniques and developed skills that actually work? Whether the self-defense aspect is important to you, them, or not, it is important to their subconscious. Those other reasons you brought your child to us, to build their confidence, overcome shyness, make friends, teach self-esteem, build self-discipline, teach respect, develop impulse control, build their leadership skills, increase their fitness level, balance, spatial awareness, strength, flexibility, stamina, etc. They are all developed through three things. Number one, consistent practice. Number two, mindful repetitions. Number three, over time. We call those the inner battles. Add the rewards of tips and belts as well as parental praise and compassionate instructors, and it's a no-fail system. Now, why aren't we super picky about how good or bad the students are at lower ranks? Remember, to us, it's only about the black belt that really matters. All other ranks are developing the foundation for black belt. If a student doesn't know their form, we don't mind. As long as they can adequately perform the moves that are in the form, they aren't going to do a form in a fight anyway, but they will do the moves. They are going to forget the form. Now, at Red Senior Belt, all students spend a minimum of 3 months relearning all beginner material and testing for it. Then, 3 months or more on intermediate material and 3 months or more on advanced. At this level, they will rememorize those forms and continue to develop skills through repetition. When they test for the black belt, they will do all techniques, all forms, and demonstrate all skills, but not from memory, but instead from their long-term muscle memory. If we hold them to super high standards at lower belt ranks on material they're going to forget anyway, we're just making them despondent and setting them up for failure. We know things about child development today that even 50 years ago we couldn't have dreamed of. We know that positive reinforcement is the most powerful tool to generate real changes in character and personality. We know whether or not they're ready by whether or not they've got those tips on their belt. If they don't, it takes only a few minutes in a private lesson to help them get it well enough to test. The test is not a pass or fail either. During the test, we will see small details that we need to work on more and that they do too. Doing great on their kicks, but not so good on their grab defenses shows us where we need to spend more training time. It also will increase their seriousness about learning the material more thoroughly so they don't struggle on the next test. This is how we improve their work ethic, which some of you said you wanted. One last thing, everyone's standards are going to be different, as are expectations for them too. I've had students in my nearly 40 years of teaching who were blind, hearing impaired, wheelchair bound, missing a limb, mentally challenged, had cerebral palsy, were diabetic, asthmatic, ADHD, ADD, OCD, good, bad, and ugly. Every single one of these people, including you and me, and all of these amazing kids are going to be tested based on their abilities, not mine or yours. And honestly, the challenged ones are the lucky ones. So let's say that the journey for a perfect athlete to black belt is this long. They're going to benefit a ton, okay? Over the course of the years it takes, it's going to be totally worth it. The ones who have challenges and struggles. The ones who maybe aren't perfect specimens of the human physique, they're starting not here, but here, and thus they have a longer journey and will gain this much more from it. I envy them personally. The potential for growth is tremendous. So yes, your child is ready to test. And if we do this right, being easily in awe of their progress, we can accelerate that progress and make them into amazing black belts. If you have questions or concerns about yours or your child's progress or our processes here at Ancient Ways, please just ask. I'm here to help.